Back again with the Spitballin Podcast and another very special episode of the Spitballin Podcast. We got the UFC reaction post day after. Did I say that right? Of the UFC 300 card, with of course our UFC correspondent who was live at Vegas yesterday. Of course, we sent him out there. Spitballin's budget is big. I am Jason. Is here alive and well in the flesh.
Yep.
And so we had to get in a reaction, post day, whatever you want to call it, reaction of UFC 300. If you listen to our UFC review or whatever I called it, we weren't too fond of the card, and I'm gonna go ahead first. And I'm gonna still stick by that. I think that what the UFC wanted was they got saved by Max. I think they got saved by Max on there because if you have something like that, it's just gonna go everywhere. But honestly, the whole card was okay. It was 6-7 to me. Not the greatest card, but it delivered some stuff that you'll remember. And what matters too is that the main event delivered as well. So it's like UFC kind of win-win. And what's crazy is that not every fight that we thought was gonna be this fight was a good fight, And the one that comes to mind is Aljo, but we'll get into that. Your thoughts on the same type of reaction I had? What's yours?
Well, I want to ask: did you watch every single fight? You didn't miss. Not even one.
I didn't miss none other than I just kind of eyeballed Andrade and Rodriguez, but I watched. If there was 10 fights, I watched 8. That I can remember. I mean, I was like in and out.
Right. Okay, so just so people know that I watched every single one. You watched damn near every single one. So we took it all in, for whatever.
Exactly. I like that. I like that point.
But yeah, man, coming into it, we were pretty hard to impress. But it comes down to that the expectations were laid out in this crazy way by Dana.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seemed like the only thing that was going to make it right was going to be they needed to have their superstars on the card, and they didn't. The closest thing to a superstar on the card, like where they have all the hype around them right now in their prime and their peak, was Alex, but he's not English speaking. That kind of hurts cards for some reason. It still translates through for him, but it was just hard for us to be impressed. And I remember all the days leading up to it that we're hearing this fight's added, and we're just like, it's not it. It's just not. But getting to it, like, we finally watched the whole thing. Like I said, every single fight, and I think it was a better card than what you're describing. I liked it. I give it an 8. I wasn't blown away. All night, but I walked away with plenty I guess memories. I have things that I'm gonna remember for sure, things that stood out. We could get into in a minute, but so I think your expectations were a little higher than mine. I think you and I are just a little snobby with it, but I liked it. Wasn't blown away though. Wasn't blown away. I don't have anything else to really say about it, as far as what I thought of the card overall. Like, I liked it. I thought it was cool. It was 7 hours of fights, dude. 7 hours of fights is crazy. Like, the UFC knows I have a problem, and they just give me everything that I need to supply me, and it's sad, like my kid, I didn't feed her all day, dude. She's just fending for herself. I was watching my nephews, and they're just figuring it out, dude. Walking around.
Hey, Spitballing listeners, get CPC on the line right now, man. Get him on the line. This guy doesn't feed his children.
Tell him my name. They know the house already.
They know the house already.
Ah, but dude, so I watched every single one, and I liked it. 8 out of 10 for me. 8 out of 10.
All right. So, my criticism, to me, UFC 300 is a big, should have been much bigger, but I'm not gonna say it wasn't good. I enjoyed it.
You think
So
they should have pulled out some Triller shit, like have Lil Wayne perform?
I wouldn't have been mad at it.
Be something different? Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that's actually a good idea.
I just worry about that because when Triller did it, it was cringe to me, dude.
But this is UFC 300, so it's bigger than any other card. So a little interim, a little show in the interim would have been cool. You know,
Yeah, but
but
you're sitting at a 6 or a 7 out of 10.
yeah, six. I've seen better cards.
Yeah. Oh, what was the one we were talking about? Usman.
Usman
Uh,
Masvidal 2 is the greatest card I've seen, top
man,
to bottom.
that broke my heart too, and I still loved it. It's sick, dude. I'm telling you, like I just get crushed by these events. I can't believe how long I've been loyal and just breaking my heart every Saturday night, dude. Sad.
So let's get into you know, the one that we started the card with, which is Cody and Figgy, and I'm glad that the name stuck, Figgy. That it's pretty cool. So like I texted you when it was over. Great game plan from Figgy. Obviously, the first round was for him to make Cody that think that he was gonna stand and bang, and I think he finished on his back, right? Cody finished on his back or something like
Yeah.
that. They didn't end up on the feet, but I I I really liked the game plan. I thought it was smart by Figgy to do that because of Cody's emotions. I mean, you could tell that like Cody's still pointing at the guys when he hits them. Like it's this weird thing that he does where he's at right now. He can't do that stuff, you know.
Okay.
So, you know, we had Figgy winning, and we were right. And by submission, can't say I'm not surprised by it. A little bit, just because I would think, I was with Cody. Maybe he was gonna stand and bang, but you know, uh, I think he's a problem for 135 because of how he could stand and bang and still go to the ground.
Yeah, no, for sure, dude. He looked good. Um, Cody, dude. Even though Cody lost, I'm proud of his loss because I think he kind of has a moral victory there. He never really became completely unraveled, bro. When he was defending on the ground, I was really impressed. Like he seemed patient, in a lot of moments, and uh, sometimes the commentary is a little off. I feel they're saying that he can't just be trying to explode out different things like that, but like he was barely doing that. Most of the time, he was being patient and finding his space to, not let Figgy progress or complete his attack, whatever he's trying to do. I thought he did really good. It was just a slow death, the way the rounds were slipping away. But he looked good to me. I think, we definitely haven't seen the last of Cody. Cody still can do this. Um, just never gonna be champ again. It's something me and him have in common.
Yeah, he could still do it. I don't know what it is. It feels. I hate to keep pouring on the guy, but it just feels like damn, that switch just came off, right?
Yeah, never lost
And
his though. That again, like I said, moral victory right there. He stayed patient, I think,
moral victory. I like that.
but he did do a couple like the little animation things, pointing at him, laughing. But that's like a diet version of anything he ever does to really lose control. It was
Yeah.
cool.
So shout out Figgy, man. Way to go. Make a statement at 135, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to say one thing too. Uh, Ricky, old bulldog, snot nosed idiot,
Mm-hmm.
seems to think that he's better at picks than me. He's delusional. He needs to get his head examined because I actually went 10 out of 13.
Mm-hmm.
10 out of 13, man. I want my respect, Ricky. I would like an apology next time you come on here. I will be tuning in, and I will expect an apology.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you're just always wrong. You never have your gotcha moment with me. You talk like you do, but you never get me. And
Takes
nobody
the take always is willing to take the victory lap, but isn't willing to be like, "Hey, I had this wrong, man." But whoa, don't let him get a W.
uh,
Woo,
10 for 13, dude. Come on.
woo.
Come on.
But let's move on. Fuck, Ricky, and let's move on.
Yep.
Uh, what? So what after that? What was next? Andrade and Rodriguez, right?
Oh, I think after that was Bobby Green and Jim Miller.
Oh yeah. Hey, do you have? Fuck, I don't have it in front of me.
Uh,
The list, but we'll just go because honestly, I don't want to go through every fight.
oh, just so
Um,
memorable.
yeah, and the Bobby Green and Jim Miller one was pretty good because it was a dogfight. It was cool to see them go at it, but at one point you're like, oh damn, Jim just gave up. Not gave up, but like ran out of gas. He's just older, and Bobby was just piecing him up harder. But there was times he was touching. Uh,
Yeah. Well, he dropped Bobby in the first round. I wasn't
yeah.
expecting that.
Hey, I got a story. I was getting a haircut. Shout out Carlos. I was getting a haircut by Carlos, and he's like, "Hey, bro, I met Bobby Brown one time,"
Bobby Brown.
and he's referring to Bobby Green. But I'm like Bobby Green. He's like, "Nah, I call him Bobby Brown. I'm gonna tell you why. Watch." He's like, "I was at a smoke shop, and he's like, it was Bobby Green," and I go, "Bobby Brown, I love you." And that Bobby Green looks at him and goes, "It's green." And that Carlos like, "Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I know. I love you. I love you." So
Yeah.
now he just says Bobby Brown. I
I wonder
was dying.
if that makes what does that feel like for a fighter? You tell him, "Hey, I love you." No. Yeah.
Hey,
When
and then I told him about when you saw Cody
yeah.
at a mastery, like Cody.
Like what did I want Cody to do? You know, like, he looks over at me, and then I get all shy. Like I don't know what I wanted. I just wanted to waste his time, I guess. But yeah,
But that was cool to see. I don't think that fight does anything for Bobby. Just kind of gets him back in the winning circle. But as far as for the division, it's like eh. But it was
bro,
cool to see them go at it.
he brutalized Jim Miller's face, man. It was bad. I couldn't believe it, man. That's one of the worst I've seen in a long time.
It
But he
was bloody, man. It was
wouldn't go
bloody.
away. He wasn't going nowhere.
Dude, at one point, I was looking at the people outside of the cage, and they were like going like this, almost as if like they were trying to get miss the blood. I'm like, ugh, it must be
Na-
that bad.
Nasty. Oof.
What are
Fuck
your
that.
thoughts on the fight?
It was good. I think just when you look at Bobby's last fight, he got knocked out fucking bad by Jalen. It went on a little long, and this is his next appearance. Like he looked good. He beat the brakes off this dude. Two veterans. Um, I liked it. I thought it was a good fight, and looked like a classic Bobby Green win. Actually, he just starts piecing you up, piecing you up.
For sure. And we'll move on to the next one that comes to mind. And the next one that comes to mind for me is I think Diego Lopez is, not right after, but it might be right after, right?
Somewhere right
Um, and I thought that was fucking crazy, man. That kid has something. Has something. I
there.
don't know what it is, but he's piecing these guys up and beating a guy that's ranked. And he woke up. He's gonna wake up ranked tomorrow on Monday, and I'm interested to see where he goes. He's 145, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 145 needs that. I mean, it's probably too soon, but I can't wait to see Yair versus him. That'll
Ooh,
be
nice.
that'll be
Yeah. That'd be
that'll be
sick.
crazy. He needs obviously two more wins for me to get up to the top five, but that kid has something in him. He has a character. He has a good look.
Mhm.
He has a lot of people behind him, and I think he's good and humble at the same time, all wrapped up in one. And that's why I think people like him.
Yeah.
Go
He
ahead.
he handled him, bro. Like he's living up to the hype. He's building to the building some more hype. I'm gonna keep watching. Every time that dude fights, I'm gonna keep watching because he's always doing something dramatic, and that's why we watch this shit, man. It's a sick thing. Watch people get put out, choked out, broken limbs. They quit, blood everywhere. But he'll give you that. He's a badass.
Yeah, he will. He will.
Badass. He's a badass.
And from here, we'll move on to Jalen Turner, man.
Oh, fuck.
We'll move on to Jalen Turner, one of the IU's finest, and he had a moment that he's just gonna regret for forever. Because this moment, I feel like could take him from here or here, and it's. I think it's gonna be a, it obviously his next fight's gonna be the one that shows, but that him not jumping on him and wanting to do that walkout, like I don't even know what he was looking at because, when he went down, it's not like he went like just engaging, and we'll get
Yeah,
into that later. It's not like he went flatline like that. Like the guy just kind of lost, his balance and everything, and then, you know, goes into the guard real quick. And
yeah,
then Jalen just kind of lets him up, and then he gets back up by himself. He's not wobbling, and then Jalen's like pointing at the ref like he's done, but I'm like, he's not done. And it
yeah.
reminded me of like Cam Newton versus the Denver Broncos when there was a fumble and he didn't jump on the fumble and like he's going like this. Cam like what's going on? And that was Jalen like what? And then and then he ends up losing and man that sucks to see that. I was telling Jason that when I was watching that, it just reminded me of Masvidal when they asked him about
Yeah.
Ben Askren and he's like, were those punches necessary? He's like, they're super necessary. You know, my job's to what do you say? My job's to hit somebody till the ref pulls me off. And if I was in Jalen's corner this Monday or whatever when they come in, I gotta clip that up and show that to him. And
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, dude. I have a theory. I don't know if I told you when you were at the house. It seems like to me that that last fight against Bobby Green when he was it was a late stoppage. Everybody, if you're not familiar, you should look that up, dude. He gets probably like 10 extra shots on a limp Bobby Green, like to the dome, just smashing his face in, and it's kind of makes you squirm, watching that one. It's a little fucked up, but I think Jalen has that in his head because he after that cool. So let me see, where was I saying last?
About Jalen, you had a theory.
Oh yeah, so I just think that he's kind of holding on to some guilt from that Bobby Green late stoppage. Because I know in the post fight after Bobby Green, the late stoppage I'm talking about, that he was kind of like saying that he was good with it, that he has to keep going. He doesn't feel guilty, But I think time, enough time has passed where he thought about it, and I think it sunk in with him. I don't have a clue in the world if this is a fact, but it just he's a human being. Like that's what we do. We feel bad. We have a conscience, and so I think he didn't want to go back to back fights, bombing on people that he thinks should have been,
Out.
been called off or saved by the ref. So I can imagine that was in his head. He was just scared to be that guy in the UFC. Because overall, he's likable. He's not like a colorful character, but like he's liked in the community and the fans like him. I like that dude, but I just feel like that was in his head. I think he's a little traumatized. What do you think?
Mm.
You think it works like that?
You're a gladiator, man. Like I I don't I don't care. Like you gotta jump on the guy, man.
Yeah,
Like you could feel sorry after.
dude. And I was rewatching it actually, and it was like in the last 10 seconds of the first round, and then by the second round, the last 20 seconds of the second round, Jalen's on the ground getting his ass beat the way that he should have been doing.
Yeah.
Moicano. I was like, no fucking way, bro. That's what you were supposed to do to him. Like,
And Jalen's good enough to. I think his next fight, I think he'll get on the winning column. But it's like it's just gonna prolong whatever trajectory he's in. You know, is he young still? Sure, he's 28 or something, right?
yeah, something like that.
But I mean, at this time, you should be like pushing. You know, the top five. You should be pushing it. You know.
He's good enough. He belongs in there. Just a fucking little mistake, man. That one sucked.
Who knows? Is John Anik brought it up? Like, who knows too? Like, he's too tall, 155. You know. Who knows? But man, Jalen, we're rooting for you here at Spitballin, and
Fuck,
we'll see your next fight for sure. And we want you to get in there with the big dogs. But man, that sucks. That
bro.
hurt.
How about this one though? We could, say our piece about Jalen, but we gotta have respect for Hanato, dude. He fucking had the comeback
I
victory,
like that.
and
Yeah.
then fucking Mike, his what is it? What do they call it? Post fight speech, dude, in the ring. Holy shit, he was going up. I understood half of it, but the rest that I didn't understand, it just added to it. It didn't
Yeah.
matter. He's over here. I cannot afford to lose. I'm Manny Moicano. Like, he was going off, bro. He's like talking about feeding his family. Dude, I love that, man. He's just going off, bro. That was an amazing fucking interview after the fight.
Yeah, it was weird, but it was interesting for sure.
I loved it, dude. I
Yeah.
love. He looks like I know he's Brazilian, but he reminds me of like a French dude the way he looks.
I
You know what I mean? Like,
don't
he's
know. Is it
about
a
him.
little racist? A little racist?
Well, hey man, don't let me be a cop.
Well, good thing you're not, brother.
Yep, I couldn't. Thank God.
So we feel for you, but I like what Jason said there at the end. We were feeling for Jalen, but let's not take away from the comeback victory of Moicano.
That was dope, bro. And
Yeah.
that's one of the things that I liked. Like, this is why we like this shit, bro. Like, the comeback, like, you got dropped nasty because Jalen's that fucking sniper, dude. He throws so straight, it popped him, dropped him, but Jalen let him off the hook, man. And then you would think, you start to ask yourself like the natural question: is Hanato gonna recover in between rounds? Not only does he recover, he starts putting the beat down on Jalen and gets the victory, and has that mic moment. Like, holy shit, man. Holy
Yeah, I'm
shit.
worried for Jalen too, because the two fights he's lost, he's just got taken down and kept down. You know,
Yeah. Yep.
so
But that was dope.
that
That was
was
dope.
dope. And let's move on to the one that's coming to mind right now, and the snooze fest that Aljamain Sterling put on. Didn't even try to go for submissions. It looked like didn't even try to do what Kayla did. Wait, Kayla was after this. Let's go to Kayla and Holly Holm
Yeah.
because I think I skipped them. Sorry guys. But I'm gonna go. I went with Holly just because of my heart, and I just kind of liked her. But Kayla, man, she's a beast. I'm surprised how she made weight so easily. Um, my buddy Carlos says she's on steroids, that she's too big and too buff, and but speculation. Um, but man, she's big, she's strong. Uh, her back when she had the camera was facing her back, and then like she had Holly in front of her, you couldn't even see Holly because she was just covering it, and her strength showed, her power showed. Don't get in the clinch with her because she will drop your ass, and she's gonna throw some bombs at you. I haven't seen no elbows like that in the female division, brother.
True.
I can't even think about the last time I seen a woman throw elbows like that, and that was nasty.
Right.
I feel for Holly. I think Dana said that she should retire.
I didn't hear it, but yeah. I
Think
mean,
so, but I don't know. Holly still, she wants to cut a check. She could still fight some other people and
Yeah.
gatekeep the 135
Yep.
division. But kudos to Kayla. Amanda, you're out to sport. Uh, you decided to do that. Kayla, let her take. Don't try to take her moment.
Yeah, that was whack.
Um, it was whack. I think she should fight. Um, what's her name? The Venezuelan vixen, Juliana Pena. I think that would be really good fight for the
Who versus who?
Juliana Pena.
Versus who?
Kayla.
Kayla? I think it's too soon.
Too soon?
Yeah, that's the top of the division.
Yeah, but then from there she could go to the. I mean, Holly
You,
Holmes top was number 5.
so you want a fast tracker?
Holly Holm
I,
was number 5.
I thought we were gonna like have her, work her way up kind of thing. Yeah, but Holly Holm is number 5, but she's just been kind of like gatekeeping, as you said. She's not like a.
All right, you don't like that. All right, who do you think she should fight? I mean, she just fought number 5. Who's next?
I don't even know, bro. That division is just so boring right now. So
That's what I'm
boring.
saying.
Give her What is her name? Not Valentina. Bro. Fuck it. Go.
What's her name?
Juliana Pena.
Pennington. That's the champion right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
God, I don't care.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That Juliana is not a champ. The other chick is Pennington.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's strawweight Whaley, then Grosso, and then Pennington.
Wow.
Yeah, no one cares. But Kayla will make people care. She's doing people like she did Holly. What are your thoughts?
Great win, dude. I was just, you said she made weight easily. I don't know about that, dude. She looked scary on that scale. She looks she did it. Fucking true professional, bro. Like that was the biggest question. Can she even make the weight? She's a big chick, man. When you're talking about her back, the whole Jerem was at the house, bro. We're watching, and we just can't help but say, like, look at the muscle on her, man. Like that's as big as I'd ever want to be. You know what I mean? Like she's stacked, dude. Stacked, like problem. She's just a big muscle, man, and she seems to have done the weight cut properly. Like it did, she wasn't taxed in the ring and the octagon. She looked good, dude. It was a good W against a veteran, and she didn't walk right through it right away. She maybe a little nerves or something, but she looked good. It was a good result for her turnout.
Good result for the UFC too, because it's someone else they could prop up and make a name for. So shout out Kayla, man. I'm curious to see her next fight for sure. Because let's say they put her against a dog like Juliana, that's fucking interesting as fuck.
You're selling me on that fight, so
Yeah, there it is.
Good job.
And so we'll go to the biggest fight of the night, straight to it. Aljamain Sterling versus Calvin Cade. Whoa, my goodness, what a snoozer!
But you know what? When I think about it, why did I expect like some banger? Why? If it was gonna be a banger, like I just when I look back on it, I'm like, what? Like, what about it? The way Aljo fights makes me think that. Bro, he didn't even. He's like when Dana says that the bonuses are gonna be 300K, and everybody's losing it.
Yeah.
Looking back now, I'm like, why are you going nuts up there?
Yeah, Aljo was the one banging on the table.
You ain't gonna snip a bonus, dude. Just.
Oh man, and like I hate to say this, from a guy who's never trained MMA, but like I'm just like Aljo. I'm looking at it as just a fan. I'm like, did you even try to go for a submission? Like only towards the end, like you were just trying to get position the whole time and then holding them there and no elbows,
Right?
nothing.
Just pure control, no real attacks.
Yeah.
Because it's at the end of the day, like this is what people talk about why they don't like this grappling shit is because if you're not attacking and you're just controlling, then it's no longer a fight. It's just a match.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And people want blood, man. We're sick. We want to see you bleed. We want to see you broken up and breaking other people. And he's just winning a match. It was a snooze fest, dude.
Snooze
That
fest.
that ended up being my restroom break, my first restroom break.
I don't think Calvin Cater's stock even goes down.
Yeah,
Other than okay, I guess you could just wrestle him, but the UFC likes Calvin Cater. He's either gonna get knocked out or he's gonna knock somebody out, and it's it is what it is. So Aljo, way to go, buddy! You did it, man. You did it. Way to go. From here we'll go to I think the next one to come to mind. What comes to mind for you? Me is Yuri,
that's what I was gonna say, dude.
and I had Rakic on there.
I love.
Rakic looked great. He looked like he was actually gonna tear down the tree that is Yuri, but Yuri's a champion. He's been in those championship rounds. He, I don't know what came over that he just, was walking through them now, even through punches and kicks, and his leg was obviously fucked. And he just kept walking through them and just bringing down Rakic's soul. And, like, I think that's what happened that, Rakic was, like, doing so well that it wasn't really affecting Yuri that I feel like at one point he just kind of folded
Yeah,
and Yuri just felt it and just went for the attack. And, that's what happens when you've been in the championship rounds and you know what it takes. And shout out Yuri.
yeah.
Uh, he just kind of looked a little like with Alex, a smaller guy coming up. He looked like, I don't know, like he didn't want none of that. And that's why I chose Rakic. But, respect to Yuri, he showed that he has that dog in him. And he showed that he does take, you know, MMA, really serious to dig deep like that. And kudos to Yuri.
Yeah, that dude. I know he's all about that samurai stuff, which is cool. But he's just more of a savage than a samurai. Like that dude is
Mm.
a man out there, bro. He just the way he eats these strikes, he throws his strikes so weird. He's willing to eat a couple to give you the one that he wants to give, and he's just a damn problem, dude. He's a stubborn dude that just won't go away. Um, I fucking that just another example why I love that dude. I love watching him fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yuri Prohaska, dude, bad motherfucker.
Bad motherfucker, and everyone's happy for him. The UFC's happy for him, and we'll see what happens next with Yuri. We'll get
Light
there
light heavyweight's kind of heating up. It's kind of heating up.
a little bit. Yeah.
Uh, John Jones, man, she just fucked it up. But the whole man, a hole in that damn division.
Yeah, and from here we'll move on to what comes to my head.
Well, we got Bo Nickel did his thing. We don't have to say much about it, but Bo
We don't
Nickel
gotta say much about it.
he
It
was
is what it
the
is.
night, so hopefully you put some money down on that dude. And I love that he was critical of his performance, though. He was like
Yeah,
not happy. He just seemed like a kind of like a brat, but I like that. Like he thinks he should have mocked him, and he should have, maybe,
and he
right?
did. He did, but not how you know,
Yeah.
not how he was expecting and the world was expecting. But he did mop him. But kudos to that guy. Who was in there with him. When they were banging, it looked like he was seeing his shit too. The other guy Brundage. So, but yeah, Bo Nickel. I want to see him versus top 10. Like, stop, there. I think the fans have had enough. That's why they were booing him too. Like, let's see him versus a guy. You're telling us he's this guy. Let's go. Let's do it.
Who's in that division?
185.
Yeah. Who should he fight?
Oh, we're talking Alex Hernandez. I think he said.
You said that.
Yeah, I had said that.
Yeah,
And then he called him out.
that's a great pick too. Honestly, that's a good match. That dude Hernandez,
He could choke people out.
He's fun to watch.
Hmm.
But
So
yeah,
from
only
there we'll go to Max, right?
no, we gotta go talk about why is this happening? Charles, man.
Charles. Man.
Uh,
Um, it's so it's so crazy because he starts off with that guillotine, and it gave me Volkanovski vibes,
mm.
uh, because it was in there. But you know that sambo, whatever they're doing over there, there's no BJJ. Charles has no answer for it, and he might be the best in the UFC. And there's just no answer to what they're doing over there, and it's clear as day. Armin had from that first minute and a half on full control of the fight until the last 30 seconds, where Charles is thinking he had something, but it was
Fuck, man.
10 seconds left. It sucks. I wanted to see more stand up, but obviously these guys with the chin strap beards, they're taking it down, and they're going to hold you. And to, hey, Aljo, maybe you should watch some of their fights and see where they get control and then they just start banging elbows, bro. Because at
Imagine
least,
so
uh,
spend time over there. That'd be cool.
yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea.
Bro, I'd love to spend some time over there. They'll probably back a man. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they're
But
fucking
Aljo,
other
you do
level.
everything right except for when you have the control. And look at what Armin did. It wasn't the best fight either, but man, there was times where I was like, oof,
Yeah.
like, damn, he's giving it to Charles. And Charles, people love Charles. We all love Charles, but you know, um, I think he's always two fights away from the belt, and I feel for him.
Give him Tony Ferguson next. Fuck it.
I think right here you go Charles Justin.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But
You know?
they've done Tony and Charles too, but yeah. I don't know, dude. See, that's where lightweight's at right now, is everybody's kind of fought everyone. We
Yeah.
don't have enough new blood.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's but nobody's going away, man. All these dudes are all beating each other. There's nobody running through, like, and that's the one thing you got to give Khabib and Islam, is that they both just went through and fucking beat everybody. Uh, not really focusing on like the quality of the resume, but they still did it. They just fucking went through. They just went through that division, and everybody else, they get a little streak, they get beat, they get a streak, they get beat, and we just go on and on and on like that. So Khabib and Islam, man, those chin strap dudes, man.
But I'm interested in seeing Armin, man. I mean, he did that to Charles.
He's got such a fucking physique, bro.
Yeah.
He's right there, just waiting for the results because it was
Nice
decision.
hair too.
Yeah, I'm just like, dude, fuck, man. Like, just some people got it, man. They, like, when you go into a room and a guy, he's just got you beat everywhere, man. Like, fuck.
You feel that a lot.
Yeah, fuck, man. I do. It's true. I'm just like, dude, Armin, you said it. The hair, the physique, he could fight. Man, he's just a stud, dude. He's a
He's a
stud.
stud, man, and we feel for Charles, man. Charles, I know you're watching this at home. Rest up, man.
The
Rest up.
champion has a name.
And his name is Charles de Bronco Oliveira.
Ooh, ooh. You sound like you spent
Fuck Charles, man. Fuck.
Yeah, that sucks, dude.
Sucks.
He'll be back. I
He'll
don't
be
know.
back. He'll
He'll
be
be
back.
back.
And let's get into the biggest fight of the night. Charles and Justin. Man, my thoughts on that fight is Max looked like the bigger guy. Max looked like the stronger guy.
He looked good, man.
Max looked like the sturdier guy. Max looked like everything we thought Justin was gonna look like over the guy coming up. And I don't know what was up with Justin. His timing looked off.
He got a
He
broken
looked
knows is what happened. That spinning back kick end of the first round
Yeah,
changed everything, bro.
changed everything, man. But let's give credit to Max though. Like even before that, he looked better than him. You
He
know, he
looked good.
never Justin never touched him before that and after. And you said it. You know, we were like, yeah, he looks good, and the world said it. He looks good at 155 this time around, and who knows what it is. But you know, the whole obviously he won all the first 4 rounds, but to tell Justin like let's bang right here, the bigger guy, the highlight reel, the guy that flatlines people, let's stand right here and risk it the whole fight, risk it for 10 seconds, and then you coming out with that,
Dude,
wow, Max,
that was
you gain. I was a fan of you. You just gained, more respect from me. Your points went up on your EA Sports rating went up on the UFC game.
dude.
Shout out
What,
to Max, man. He has that X-ray. X-rays came back. Max got that dog in him,
dude,
and he deserves the BMF title.
that was
Don't defend it unless it's someone worthy. Don't defend the BMF.
yeah. We don't need it, bro. We don't need it. But
We don't need it. Max
fuck,
needs it because I think it adds to Max, you know?
Max fucking Holloway, dude. I've been saying this to myself. Max versus whoever, Holloway versus whoever, dude. He's a fucking savage, man. If I didn't already love him, he would have gained my love. But dude, he's fucking amazing. He's been amazing. He fucking knocked out Justin cold, cold,
Cold.
dude. Those are the fights where you know if you're a fan of this shit or not, right? Because you either hate shit like that or you are amazed by it. These guys fucking put it on the line, and this is what's possible, man. Dude, that dude was a dead body.
He was a dead body for 10
And
seconds.
now knocked out his last two opponents cold.
Cold.
And he's known as like a pillow hands dude, bro. I fucking love Max. Bro, I was telling you for whatever reason, you laughed at me. By the way, you laughed at me. I said Max is gonna win. I don't know how. It's just my gut and Brendan Schaub telling me that he's gonna win, right? And
Shout out
normally,
Brendan Shaw, man. He was ahead of it.
dude, and normally, look, man, trusting my gut hasn't got me a lot, but okay. And then definitely going with Schaub. If Schaub says something, usually you want to go the other way, man. Straight, right? Everybody knows that his record is just doo doo, right? He called it. I called it. Even old fucking bulldog face Ricky called it, dude. And what a result, man. We didn't know
Thanks
how
for
to do it.
thanks for bringing up Ricky. Let me get into Ricky right here, man. I'm not sure why we got a group chat, and I'm not sure why Ricky was sending all this stuff towards Justin at me. Like if Ricky, newsflash, I don't have a favorite in MMA. I like guys. Pause. No Diddy.
Woo!
I like fighters in MMA, but I don't have a 49ers in MMA for me. I don't have a Lakers in MMA for me. I just like fighters. The only guy that does anything for me is Bobby Knuckles. I think he's the best overall in MMA, but that's just my personal preference, you know? But he's like sending these pictures of Justin getting knocked out, and I'm just like, what? What? He thinks he's like getting me, but Ricky, you're not. You're wasting your time. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Dude, Ricky's just like a mental patient, man. I don't know. He just comes out with these statements that he just something like in his head it sounds good and he just latches onto it and never lets it go.
He thinks when he says shit, we go,
Yeah, yeah,
whoa.
yeah, dude. Like he's sitting us down on our ass. Like, whoa, no, dude, no, Ricky.
We've said
But
that. There's another thing why we get along too. We've said this about the UFC. We've said we don't have favorite fighters.
right,
Like, and I don't think MMA is about having a favorite fighter. You know, they're throwing so much stuff at you that it's impossible to have a favorite fighter, because by the time your favorite fighter comes around is 8-9 months ago, and that means you just don't like MMA. I don't know. I just enjoy MMA, the UFC. So
Exactly.
yeah, but we enjoyed Max and Justin. The world enjoyed that. The UFC loved that because they're just gonna run it back and run it back and run it back and run it back. And Max deserves it.
That was a savage moment, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dude, we
But
jumped out of our seats, bro. We couldn't contain ourselves, man. Then you hear the audience losing it. Bro, that was amazing.
that was crazy. That was
That was
crazy.
amazing, man.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
wild.
that's why we love this shit, dude.
And disrespectfully, I'm sorry. Well, I'm skipping Whaley. I'm
Yeah.
skipping that. I got up to take a shit. I got up to go pay some bills. I don't care about that fight. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Your thoughts?
Now let's move on. Let's talk about that main event. Nah, man, dude. Nothing to say, dude. We knew it was gonna be that, you know.
And then I'm sorry too. You gotta go behind Max and Justin, the people's main event.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Tough
Yep.
tough spot. Tough spot. But let's go to Pereira and Jamal Hill. I don't think it was ever a question for me who was gonna win. I was surprised he was only a minus 120 a favorite. But Pereira, man, as you can see, my whatever you want to call this, my headline, Izzy could never. Um,
Notice
it's
that.
a shot at Izzy and his fans, mostly his fans. Pereira is really that dude. Pereira is a fucking walking Terminator. To go, it just, to me, the times that Izzy put him out, I don't think that he could do that now. Um, because he's was definitely taking his body to extreme levels to get down to Izzy. And I think if they fight again at 205, I think he flatlines Izzy
Yeah.
easy in the first round. Easy. And let me not get away from Jamal Hill and the fight. I just don't like Izzy and his fans, and I'm so happy for Pereira. I'm so happy for who he is for the UFC, all the accomplishments he's had. He's going into his stone face character. He's going into his culture, and all he's doing all that with to American fans without speaking English. That just goes to how genuine he's coming off to people. And I'm happy for 205 because Pereira is a great champion for that division. And I was that moment, that 10 seconds that happened before the knockout, of like he gets hit in the nuts, tells Herb Dean to step away, turns back, throws one left hook. That was all. Like, if you could put Pereira, like if the aliens came down and said, "Who is this Pereira guy?" and you got 10 seconds to show me who he is, I would clip that right there. Clip the 10 seconds of him getting hit in the nuts, telling Herb Dean to step off, and then throwing one left hook. And wow, that was great. And then he does the, like,
Dude,
saying like, this is it. This is what he thought he was gonna do.
Jamal Hill didn't even have a chance, bro.
Didn't. I
And
loved it. I loved it.
it was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I I thought Jamal, I respect his little no, excuse me. I respect his skills, but dude, he
His
got
little skills.
yeah. Oh man, I'm a trip, dude. I got a lot of nerve, I know. But dude, he didn't belong in there. Alex is the touch of death, man. What he
Ooh.
weird ass strike too. Wasn't even fucking like, it didn't look special. It didn't look Like it had a lot behind it. He's just a motherfucker, man. Peloton. Fuck, man. He's a savage. And yeah, he hits him with the fucking that
Eh?
dude. What's that name? I forget his name. But you remember that dude going viral? He was doing that, right?
Oh, Aiden Ross.
No, no, no. There's a black dude who went viral for that. He would always stitch videos like they would do something in a stupid way, and then he would redo it a smarter way, and then he'll go
Oh no, I don't know.
like it's that easy. Like
Oh, that's why he was doing that.
I think so,
Oh shit.
but dude, Jamal didn't belong in there. Uh, Jamal, his tattoos suck. His performance sucked. The fuck out of our fucking fight night.
Out of our stratosphere, man. You didn't belong in there with Peloton, and I'm excited for Yuri Peloton Part 2 because
Yeah,
the people want to see that again, and the people think that it's going to go the same way that it did last time. For me, I think Peloton is just a Terminator. He's here to fucking fight and beat everybody in their way.
dude,
And
and a heavyweight.
I think that announcement he made a heavyweight is interesting because, you know, what is he? But I think he needs to slow down and take. If he's gonna go to heavyweight, I think he needs to take the John approach, take a year off, and build his body because yeah, he's big and all, but these guys are bigger naturally, you know.
I don't think he's gonna do that. I think he's in go mode right now. I think he's bro. I mean, who knows what he's making, but he's just bro. He's capitalizing like crazy. His
I
run,
mean, I'm interested to see him versus Tom Aspinall.
yeah, watch it, dude. That's what I thought. I would have accepted that as like a pretty cool 300 main event,
Hell yeah.
But anyways, dude, he dusted Jamal, and I loved every bit of it. I
The
just
world did.
yep.
I thought it was cool where Jamal, tells him, throw me the bone. I sent it to the chat. I thought it was cool, you know? You didn't see
What,
that? So you know how Peloton does the thing? The
yeah,
bow and arrow thing?
yes,
Yeah?
yeah.
Okay, so Jamal, there's a clip of Jamal, like, telling them in the cage, like, throw it. And then I guess he does it, and then Jamal, like, catches it, and then rips it, and then breaks it.
Okay,
Like, he does it, and then he goes, and then I thought that was cool, but it's only cool if finish Peloton. But that guy's a Terminator, man. He's here to fucking kill people. He's here for that.
really, dude,
Yeah.
man. He could be in a Terminator movie, like
Yeah,
just
he could. Just.
huh, huh, bro. He's scary, man.
Nah, dude, and then they're I saw this video of people gifted him like a Rolex, and he's opening. He's like, huh. I'm like, that's fucking
Yeah.
scary, man.
Huh, huh.
Huh?
Scary, bro. Man.
I was listening to a while back to Jalen Turner. I think they asked him about him, and he's like, "Yeah, I was in the room with him, and that guy's just like stone. Didn't ask me nothing. Didn't say anything."
Yeah. Well, it helps when you don't speak English, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But
But man, UFC
bro,
300 delivered in a better way than I expected. But
yeah,
when I put it, my final thoughts when I put it up against cards I've seen before this, I think there's better ones.
yeah,
But it leaves me with some memories, and that's what I like. It leaves me with storylines into these fighters' next fights. It doesn't leave me with you know a blank page. We could build on UFC 300 and fights to come. And I'm happy for the fighters that won, um, because it builds into their story. And then the only one that I'm really sad for, and I'm really like kicking myself over, is Jalen Turner.
yeah.
And I think the world is. I was looking through his comments. People were just talking smack about him. I went in there a little bit like, "Hey, man, you should have jumped on him," but it is what it is. We'll see what he does. Your
Yeah.
your final thoughts.
It was a good card, dude. I liked it. It was a successful one, bro. I fucking that Max the Max fight was just everything I needed, man. Everything I needed. If nothing else happened and that's the only thing I walked away with, I'd be satisfied right there, dude. That was amazing. That was epic. I'll never forget that. That's an all-time result, a fucking highlight. Crazy, dude. Fucking crazy,
That was epic. You said it. That was epic.
dude. I don't even know what to add to that. Like he just fucking he just did it in the way that nobody thought he would do it.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Put that dude the fucking bed, dude. In
It
front of
kind of the same reaction I got was when Izzy knocked out Peloton. Like, he did it. He did it. In no
dope.
way that we thought he was gonna do. Right?
That was fucking dope too.
That was dope, man. That was dope. UFC 300, man. Another one in the books for spitballing. Another, you guys are liking the UFC takes from two guys who don't fucking never done mixed martial arts in any long term capacity.
Yep.
Uh,
Eat it.
we all we are is fans just like you guys of this sport. Every we're regular schmoes
Yep.
out there, just like you guys. So I think maybe that's what you guys like. Just regular guys talking about MMA and something we love. Spitballing, we're gonna bring back UFC every time we can with our guy I am Jason um, to talk cards. Talk. Hopefully, there's some good Apex fights coming in. I know the UFC announced some cards coming up with main events. I'm excited about them. Jason's excited about them. We're gonna bring them on, spitballing again to talk about them. And I want to say thanks to Jason for another successful episode. UFC 300 review. Any final thoughts? Any final things you want to say to the people?
Nah, man. Just I'll see you the next time, bro. I love doing this shit.
Me too. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Spitballin Podcast. Peace.
Later.